When I started dealing with ritually individuals, then we dealt with military-oriented, highly trained, programmed and inside of them. When we began to deal with them, I dealt with someone from Fort Bragg for quite a while and a few others. We were sitting in a lake, Conneaut Lake. They reached over and ripped open my shirt to see if I was wired, if I was wiring and recording them. They were the most sophisticated satanic warrior type person. They knew 5-6 languages. They knew the ancient Twilight languages. They knew how to conjure. They knew how to use Belteshazzar, Okwam, all these old Pictish languages of the Druids to summon. They are the real Luciferian. They've been through many human things. So they sat there to tell me some of those things, what they've been involved with, how they sacrifice a human. I'm listening to all this stuff from them. And then they said, you have no idea, Russ, how many of us there are out there. How many satanic chosen ones. You have no idea how many. You have no idea what's coming. We smell Christian. We are waiting for our day. When the call is given, millions of us will be released. And they looked at me and said, you believe in revivals and you believe in Pentecost and the power of God. You believe in all that. We believe in the Black Awakening, a multi-continental release of power to activate the program Demonized, where they've the demonic powers to these super soldiers. I do believe that millions and millions of these trained, programmed, altered, demonized super soldiers, whether we want to say it or not, they believe they're being raised to help bring the Antichrist in. When I was in England just a few months ago, their top guy that deals with SRA, Wilfred Wong, first time I meet him, I pull him aside and I said, listen, you've been doing this 25 years, yeah? I said, you know all about programming and demons, all that? Yes. I looked right at him and I said, Wilfred, why are they here in England? Instantly, he said, they're here to our government. They're here to help bring in and usher in the Antichrist and a new order. That's true in Germany when we were in Germany, when we went to Wadelsburg Castle. That's true in Poland when we went there. That's true in Switzerland. It's true in Canada. When we talk about our research in 38 years worldwide, there may be well over 100 million generations of them. If even half, or even if 10% were intact, like say the United States, remember the in Vegas? Look what he did. What if 10,000 of them were released in 1 week? That's their plot plan and biblical prophecies ahead of that to say, here is what is going to happen. And from that, a global monetary collapse. And from that, all that chaos is coming. So Revelation 13, a whole new order with the Antichrist can come. The secular world, they're registering, millions coming in for diagnosis on that. Now, they don't know how to handle the satanic side. I'm going to tell you just straight out, after 38 years of dealing with it, not only is SRA real here in the United States, that there are millions of victims by design, that there's now generations of them. We deal with 65 and 70-year-olds. They're the first generation. Then we go to 40-year-olds and 20-year-olds. I got 8-year-olds and 12-year-olds we're dealing with. Because if you don't stop this somewhere, they do it to the next generation. That's by design. That's the way it's supposed to be for them. But it occurs in selection. It's generational. They bring a lot of to the child to cause split in personality so that they can demonize and or begin to program. You're going to be a witch, you're going to be a conjurer, you're going to be a program. All kinds of these things happen. They're raised in that system. They're raised to keep all of that hidden down till later on. Millions have already showed up at psych wards all across America since the late 70s to this day. It's all about their unsatiable God. Anything they can do to humanity, innocence, as in a God in a sense.